Okay, you did surprise me there. I was going for the bird. This works well. Thanks for your input, Bert. Um, yeah. So we also got Gray JT joining the stage. You have a question for us, brother?
Hey, I just want to say I appreciate you guys having me up on stage here. I've been using my AI agent over the past week or so, and it's going to be a great tool for me and kind of my team. I was talking to Salem about it last night and telling him that he needs to get on it because like if you're here already learning how it works, like you're not going to have to worry in the future because you already know how it works. So I've got mine set up as like kind of a creativity tool just to kind of expand people's creative thought process and kind of give them some prompts that they might be able to use for whatever projects they're building. So, I've got that running on Discord. It's got the functionality. I've set it up on the second Twitter to like post on itself and reply by itself. And, I just love the tool. I love everything that Bids is doing and, AI agent drop as well and Ucash. I've been using the Bids platform a lot more recently, and I staked like 300, 400 NFTs last night. I like to watch the number go up, so it's awesome. But yeah, I just really appreciate it. And if anybody, especially you, Sal, if you have a question, I can help you set up your agent basically one on one if you need, because I've done it a couple times and it's pretty easy once you know what you're doing. And it's just a great tool for your productivity.
I
I've
swear,
been
I
getting
swear I
pretty
didn't
involved with
pay
it.
this guy to come up.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
No, no,
Shen.
I'm bullish.
That,
I'm bullish on
he's
the
just a
project.
community member. He's a great community member. He supports a lot of the different projects out here on XRPL. He treats every project like his own project, and he works with the community like it's his own dev, like he's the dev working on hands on with community, like it's his own project. So yeah, JT, just pull up to the TG or whatever in my DM and set up a time, schedule a time that's good with you, and let's kick it. You know.
Yeah, anybody that needs help setting up anything, especially like a tool like this, which is a little bit more involved. You gotta pull your API keys. You gotta, it's tedious at first, but the task may be daunting, but if you learn what you're doing, then you really can take advantage of the platforms.
Appreciate the kind words, by the way, mate. It's really for us, like hearing someone being able to use all of these tools themselves and get through the whole process and all of that, like it really makes our day. Like that's exactly what we're trying to build this for. So really appreciate it. And man, if you're not in the Discord already, would love for you to be in there to help out other people who are working on
Yeah,
agents as
yeah, of
well.
course. I'm pretty good friends with Link, and
Oh yeah, amazing.
yeah, I'm pretty active-ish in the Discord. And what I've been
Perfect.
liking to do recently is kind of just forward message from my agent to the AI XRP chat channel, so that way people can kind of see like other people are using their agents and they are being productive with it. So it's good for other people to see like not just what AI XRP their native agent can do, but what these other agents can do. So
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly,
important for
man.
people to see.
Exactly. No, I mean that's what it's all about. Like especially like AXRP, we call him the showcase agent because we want him to not only be like, look at this cool tech we're building, but also show off, look at what you can build on the platform. You know what I mean? As I said, like everything around AIXRP, you could literally build a copy of the exact same agent just using the no code interface on the platform. And when you look at, how successful the agent and the token has been, I think that like it becomes, something that could be a really powerful tool to a lot of like creators in the future.
Yeah, and just real quick, I don't want to sit here and just keep showing AI XRP, but it's just like such a great tool that like I've got it set up to where it'll like feed you prompts if you're using an image gen, because you can use Chat GPT as a training model for it, and you can also use Chat GPT for your image generation. So you can tell your agent to give you a prompt for that might be specific to your project, and then you can take some media from said project and say, okay, now make this scene that my AI agent like prompted me to make based off the storyline I'm building with this character, and then it'll create a scene from you just off the prompt that your agent gives you. So there's like you can do a lot with it, you know.
First agent. Nice.
So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the team behind it, that's making this possible and giving these tools to the public to kind of use, because that's what they are at the end of the day. AI agents are tools to, you know, help us get to what we're trying to create, you know.
Totally. I really appreciate you coming up and helping give the perspective of someone who is actively using the platform and has really successfully. So yeah, man. And if you've got any of your agents public, I don't think I've seen them myself yet. So like please link me. I'd love to look at them.
Yeah, afterwards, I'll send you an invite to the Discord, which is where I'm training it, and
Amazing.
then you can kind of see how it interacts with people. Because what it does is like it'll recognize a specific user, it'll put that in its database, and then it'll link its X account. So each time that that user speaks to it, it'll recognize like, okay, this is such and such. They have such and such project. Like if they have an agent themselves, I've got it set up to where, okay, say such and such has an AI agent of their own on a different platform, I can like introduce it to my AI agent and say, hey, this is the guy behind the agent and this is the agent. So recognize those two separate entities, and then you know, you can just go from there.
Yeah, that's so cool. What, just out of curiosity, I hope it's not going on too much of a tangent, but what did you do? Did you experiment with a lot of the other models like that are there? Because I think one of the cool things that like even that I found personally when we were training AIXRP was like the ability to be able to test across OpenAI, Gemini, DeepSeek, XAI, Llama, and like you really you see such significant differences across the different models, even with the exact same prompts. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like as I was training mine in my Discord, I started with, you know, once you're using the platform, like you're using that platform to pull different API training models. So basically, I started training mine on, you know, the cheapest one to use, which is like the Google version. But then, you know, I stepped it up to like the next level, which would be DeepSeek, and immediately I saw the personality change. And then, you know, I changed it to a few other models and said, you know, I told it like, hey, we're trying this other model, like recognize if this is a different model. So you might think you're speaking a little differently. And I found one that I liked, which is Grok. You know, I've used Grok in the past, and you know, Grok is, you know, native to X, so it pulls all the information from the API like the cleanest out of all the models. And the output of it is probably the most impressive as far as either that or ChatGPT at the moment. So those are the two like top AI models that are available on the platform, and both of them work phenomenally.
Yeah, yeah, totally. No, we had a pretty similar experience. DeepSeek as well, I found was really great and really powerful. The only issue is that the time it takes per inference is like ridiculously slow compared to all of the other ones, which is just something an issue on DeepSeek's end, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that like if they improve their API over time, then that could prove to be really powerful because of like the cost factor. But yeah, I mean, and it goes back to the thing where it's like if OpenAI comes out with a massive upgrade, or Gemini comes out with a massive upgrade, or Grok XAI comes out with a massive upgrade, then everyone who is a user of Agent.run who's launching agents on there can have access to that functionality straight away. You know what I mean? Which I think is just like so powerful when you compare to any other part of crypto, which just doesn't have these like monolith companies, you know, working on improving the tech essentially.
Awesome. I'm gonna cut you guys here off. My apologies for that, but it's honestly it's been super interesting. Everything. Oh, okay. I have to add King on stage, of course.